What is up guys, this is Locke, YGO, and welcome back to the channel. And today guys, I'm bringing you my updated version of the Red Ice deck profile for the Midterm Destruction format. So guys, Red Ice is still a very powerful deck, even though the game sped up a lot, but we managed to deal with those kinds of things with running in more traps to defend ourselves from the more aggressive decks that are running around. And so, without any further ado, let's just get right into the profile. And the skill is from Night Shroud and it's Forged Steel, just like before. So this skill has the effect that allows you to call one of your Red Ice monsters a Red Ice Black Dragon, so you can summon your Red Ice Darkness Dragon. And if you summon Red Ice Darkness Dragon, you can use the effect of once per turn. While he's in your field, you can actually revive back one of your dragon monsters from your graveyard to your field, making this for a very cool and good skill. Now we move on into the main deck itself, and we play one copy of Red Ice Darkness Dragon. I'd like to play it more, but unfortunately it kinda breaks a lot if we play more than one, so I've cut it down to one for this new format. Next we play the heart and soul of the deck, triple gear free the Red Ice Iron Knight. This card is insane, this card is very strong. It has two effects, in which one allows you to destroy spell and traps by destroying the equipment that became equipped to this card, and that by itself opens up a lot of place in this deck because of the equipment's effects when they're destroyed, and also has the effect of sending one equipment that it's equipped from this card to the graveyard to revive back one Red Ice monster from your graveyard. Guys, this card by itself enables a lot of plays and it's an insane card, makes this for a very fun deck. Anyway, moving on, we play triple copies of Red Ice Baby Dragon. This card is very good, it's a floater, it floats to your Red Ice the Iron Knight, and it gives you a lot of defense and makes a lot of pressure on your opponent's side of the field, because every time I see this against me, I don't really want to attack him, because I'll be giving them even more resources than they already have. Moving on to the last monsters, we play triple copy of Black Metal Dragon, as this card is the last piece of this little engine of Red Ice cards that we play in here, and when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can search one Red Ice card from your deck to your hand, and you can also equip this card from your field or hand into a Red Ice monster you control, and you give them 600 extra attack points, which actually comes up a lot more than you would think. Moving on into the spells, we play still one copy of Hammer Shot just as a funny little removal against more aggressive decks, one Book of Moon to help you deal with all the generic stuff. This card is very generic, lets you deal with different situations in many different ways, and it's an overall very solid card. Next, we got Galaxy Cyclone on the spell and trap removal, alongside with two copies of Nightbeam to help you get rid of your opponent's pesky back row. And next, as the last spell, we still play one creature swap. I didn't bump it up to 2 because we already play too many spell and trap cards in this deck, so I didn't wanna waste more space on the deck since our monster count isn't that high by itself. Moving on into the traps, we play double Blast with Chain. I know I could be playing 3 of these, but since this deck is not solely focused on the Red Ice Gear Freed, even though it has a lot of impact on it, I decided to play 2 and test it out. Maybe in the future I'll bump it up to 3 and try it out, see how it works, but for now I'm just running 2 copies of it. Moving on, we play Widespread Ruin. This is an amazing card for this format because it helps you deal with decks like Fossils that want to OTK you as soon as possible, and this card being there helps you prevent and stop that. Moving on, we play double Wall of Disruption as some more defensive traps to help you cut down the opponent's attacking monster's attack, and finally one copy of Floodgate Trapple. And this card has been insane in the speed duel ever since its inception, and it's still very good as of right now, and it's limited to 1, so I would play more if I could, but I can only play 1. But that's it for the main deck, and now we move on into the extra. That doesn't really matter because we do not play Waking the Dragon, so it's just random fodder and the token. And now we move on into the side deck itself, which is DD Crow as some graveyard disruption to your opponent. Same with the Soul Release, same purpose as DD Crow, to disrupt their graveyard, as this is becoming a little bit of a graveyard focused format, so playing this card helps you deal with some decks that are running around. Moving on, we play double copy of Lost Wind, and yes, this is a Lost Wind, I just don't have it here because I have many decks built and I have to cut down where I can. I've ordered more Lost Winds, they're on the way, but as of now, consider this as a second copy of Lost Wind, and guys, you already know Lost Wind is an insane card, so you should always at least play 2 in your side decks at least. And finally, the double Mind Crush, as it's a very solid card still, and it works against a very great deal of decks. And yeah, that's it guys for the Red Eyes updated deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. This deck didn't really change that much. There's a lot of decks that the way we updated to this format, it's honestly putting in more traps like this to help you deal with your opponent's monsters, because the most popular decks right now are actually very aggressive decks like the Fossils, like the Dynatank deck with the Sartorius skill that lets you call your coins every time, and the Cyber Angel deck that's actually still very popular, and it's a very solid choice. So with so many aggressive decks like that running around, we have to bunker up and increase our defenses, and the result of that is actually adding more traps to our decks. So anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the Red Eyes deck profile. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and if you wanted to see some other things, or if you have some ideas on what you would change on the deck, feel free to comment down below what you think about this build, what you would change, what cards would you add, what cards would you take out, and all of that stuff. And yeah guys, like always, this is LockYGO, and I'll see you on the next video. Out!